Hello and welcome to our lecture on Group 1 and 17 elements and common reactions they undergo. So our first group is Group 1, the alkali metals, which include ones like sodium, lithium, potassium, rubidium, cesium, and francium. They all share some common characteristics as being part of the same group. Those include being highly reactive, being very soft, having a low melting point, and this melting point decreases as you go down the group, having one electron in their valence shell, and reacting in very similar ways. And they get more reactive as we go down the group. So let's go over some common reactions that they undergo. The first is reactions with oxygen. They are very vigorous reactions. All of them tarnish rapidly in the air. Here's the general reaction. We have four of one of these group 1 metals reacting with oxygen gas, creating two of these of the group 1 metal oxides, which are still solids. As an example, sodium reacts with oxygen gas to create sodium oxide. Next are some of the reactions with water. This is also a rapid reaction, and it will generate a strong base, a hydroxide to be specific. The general reaction is that the group 1 metal interacts with water to create group 1 metal hydroxide and hydrogen gas. As an example, lithium reacts with water to create lithium hydroxide and hydrogen gas. And this hydroxide will be aqueous in water, be dissolved. Next is group 17, which are also known as the halides. They include stuff like chloride, which is a gas, bromine, which is a liquid at room temperature, and iodine, which is a solid at room temperature. But all of these are still members of the halide, even if they are all in different states at room temperature. They're all nonmetals. So even as a solid, iodine is still not a metal. They're all diatomic, which means they don't ever exist by themselves. Whenever the element is by itself, it will be bonded to itself. So you never will just have Cl in a group. It will always be Cl2 and so on. They have very low melting point, and this melting point increases down the group. And they have 7 electrons in their valence shell. So they're all very, very reactive, but the reactivity decreases as you go down the group. First is the reaction with the alkali metals. These always form white, colorless salts that are all soluble in water. The general reaction is an alkali metal plus a halide reacts to create a alkali halide, which will be a solid, but it is soluble in water. An example would be sodium reacting with chlorine gas creates sodium chloride. Next is a reaction where a halide interacts with a halide ion. So this, what happens is it takes electrons from the less electronegative group member. So if you have a halide X reacting with a halide ion that is less electronegative than it, it will steal the electron, becoming an ion and creating a just a normal diatomic version of the less electronegative halide. For example, if fluorine reacts with a chlorine ion, then it would create fluoride ion. Because fluorine is more electronegative than chlorine. So it steals the electron from the other ion because it's more electronegative. Would not work in reverse. So if fluorine was ion, like this reaction doesn't go back because fluorine is more electronegative than chlorine. That is the end of this video. Thank you guys for listening.